Good afternoon. My name is Samuel Ibrahim, and I am the host of the Mind of the Prophet Meditation Hour. Listen, guys, it's been, close to 5 months since I posted an episode, and I gotta say, I've missed you guys, and I've missed working on my podcast. I've been working on many other things, and I've been praying for the right time to get back into the swing of the podcasting game. And here I am, happy and able. And I think this podcast episode is going to bless many. And so I'm happy to give it to you. For those who are new to the podcast and those who are also familiar with the podcast, you know that I firmly believe in the spoken word. Your words are radioactive. Your words have the ability to change your life experience. I know this firsthand. And beginning, I have to say, in maybe 2019, I began a conscious effort to exercise, I would say, extreme discipline over the words that I released into the air. And what brought me to this realization was a few things. One was the book, 3 Magic Words by U.S. Anderson. Great book. I used to say those affirmations all the time. I used to listen to those affirmations before I went to bed, while I was asleep, many times a day. And I love that book. I haven't listened to it in a while, but those affirmations were definitely life-changing for me in the way I control my speech and also the way that I combat negative thinking. In addition to that, a recurring life circumstance just kept popping up in my life. And I realized that one of the last times that it happened, around May of 2019, I actually called it forward. I actually spoke the words that ignited the circumstances or the series of events that led to that life circumstance popping up in my life. And ever since then, I have become very disciplined over what I release into the air. Your words are radioactive. All words become flesh. Anything you release from your mouth is going to become flesh. It's going to take 2 legs. It's going to form 2 legs. It's going to tap you on the shoulder. You're going to see creation form around the words that you speak. The power of life and death is definitely in your tongue. Before I get into the affirmations, I just want to give you one scriptural example that should make this plain for anybody who is a believer. If you are really a believer in the power of the spoken word, this example in scripture should really solidify your understanding of how powerful your words are. If you're Christian, and even if you're not Christian, you may still be familiar with this man. His name is John the Baptist, and his father was a prophet named Zechariah. His mother was a woman named Elizabeth. And Zechariah and Elizabeth were old in years when an angel visited them and said, "You're going to have a child. And that child is going to pave the way for who ultimately was Jesus Christ." And Zechariah said, "We're too old to have children." And what the angel said was, "Since you did not believe, I'm closing your mouth. You shall be unable to speak until the baby is born, and you shall name him John." And so the angel closed Zechariah's mouth. So Zechariah's words could not prevent the manifestation of prophecy. And that should be really, I don't even want to say a game changer. That should just end the debate for anybody who really believes. Because otherwise, why would the angel need to close his mouth? Why would the angel need to silence the father of John the Baptist while Elizabeth was pregnant if his spoken words would not have deterred prophecy? To me, it's a zero-sum game. If you really pay attention to your words, you'll see that they always happen in an astounding way, almost perfectly as you speak them. And once I realized that, I began to apply that to my life. Here's the other thing. Once you become aware of some supernatural principle, you're held accountable to that principle, period. You are held accountable to any spiritual principles that you are aware of and have I don't want to say complete knowledge, but you have enough knowledge to know better. Then you just have to know that once creation knows and the infinite creator knows that you understand a spiritual principle, it is going to hold you accountable for the knowledge and wisdom that you have been given. And so with that being said, since 2019, around May-ish, I stopped. I really stopped speaking things that I did not want to see happen in my life. And anybody that knows me personally knows this to be true. There are a number of other reasons why this is important, and I'm not going to ramble too much because I want to get into these affirmations. They're great. I love them. I wrote these, I don't know, maybe 2-3 days ago. They're on my blog. It's on WordPress. It's and the link is in my information. I'm not going to say all that stuff. But if you guys listen to this, you guys will definitely be blessed. But anyway, what I was about to say was, your subconscious mind is your best friend and can be your worst enemy if you are not aware of how to feed it. Okay. Think of your subconscious mind as an autistically literal tool that you have that is going to create whatever you say from your mouth without discrimination. Your subconscious mind does not know that you're joking. And as a result, creation also does not know that you're joking. So anything that you say after the words I am, you will personify. Period. Point blank, period. That's why affirmations are so powerful right now. They always say I am, and there's something really wonderful. And people are affirming these things over themselves. And once you find one that you really love, you start to see those words manifest in your life. And I've been on a journey to control my speech, and now I really only speak when I want to see creation move on my behalf. I don't really just speak to be heard. I speak to move creation. I speak for the infinite creator's guidance and movement in my life. I speak to see things happen that I want to see happen. And you do that best by feeding your subconscious mind great things. I've been on a mental diet for, I don't know, probably the past month or so, because I needed to reset after being in a situation where I was really trying hard to maintain the disciplined, positive speech that I'm accustomed to speaking. Like, I don't like to say things that I don't mean. I don't like to say the names of people that I don't want to see. I don't like to talk about life circumstances that I don't want to experience. I also don't rehash my past. The past is the past. And when you call forward your past by talking about it through venting in a way that is not progressive, does not bring closure or resolution to it, what you're basically telling your subconscious mind and also creation is, I want to experience that again. Period. This is a certainty in my life. It may not be as much for others, but for me personally, I know this to be true, and so I do not violate this spiritual principle of the power of life and death being in the tongue as much as I'm able to. And I found that I'm better able to do that when I isolate myself and I'm in silence. And I've been in deep meditation with the Creator for the past, 30 plus days. And it's been wonderful. And it's just gotten better and better for me over the past 3 weeks. I just got to tell you, I feel like life has exploded in a beautiful way. And so I'm going to get into some affirmations that I wrote. Pardon me for coughing. Some affirmations that I wrote, and they're posted on my blog. Again, I say that, and I'll put that information in the podcast description. But I love these. I love these affirmations. They are inspired by Brian Scott, who has a great YouTube channel. All he does is release affirmation videos that you can listen to. And Brian Scott has a very unique way of doing his affirmations. He, with his technology, will have different affirmations at different speeds, different volumes, different paces, ringing in both ears. So your subconscious mind is like fed on the left ear and the right ear. So the left brain and the right brain, the creative part of you and the logical part of you are getting these affirmations. They're being fed. And once you just got to think of your subconscious mind just like your body, right? If you feed your body junk, your body's going to look like junk. If you feed your subconscious mind junk, then your subconscious mind is going to attract junk. It's going to look for junk because that's what it sees. That's what you're feeding it. And so it's going to create your life experience in that way, and creation will oblige. Okay, creation is faithful to give you what you ask. But if you feed it good things, right? If you feed it positive words, if you feed it words that bless, if you feed it words that are life affirming, if you feed it words that express love, then that's what you're going to get in return from your subconscious mind and from creation. All blessed, of course, by the infinite creator, the infinite spirit that is a power that moves all things Some people call him God. Some people call it Yahweh. There are many different names for the infinite spirit. I just call it the infinite creator or the infinite spirit. That's just how I've reduced the name. But, God is still satisfactory. I don't like to use God a lot of times when I'm speaking because different people have different understandings of who God is. God has become so vengeful to many, and preaching has made God so vengeful that sometimes you think of God as a punishing presence, which God is not. The infinite creator is a beautiful, loving presence, and the fellowship and companionship that you receive once you tap into your divine way to speak to creation and to the creator makes your life a beautiful experience that has no rival. All right. So I'm going to get into the 20 affirmations of prosperity and able good luck. I love these, and I've been sharing them with anyone who will receive them. And I'm happy to share these on my blog. So, number 1, I am an able man with able good luck. Only good things shall come to me. All thoughts of experiencing misfortune are untrue and shall not be. Number 2, for the life of power and death are in the tongue. I possess the able, good courage to be silent when I am unable to bring life-creating words or speak life-creating words over myself and my loved ones. Number 3, for today is an able day, full of able, good completion. For miracles abound and wonders shall never cease. Let me pause right quick. I also need to give a shout out to Florence Scovel Shinn, who is an amazing mystic who was present in the early 20th century. She has books that you really can't find in stores, but her books are all over YouTube. If you put in Florence Scovel Shinn in Google, you'll see videos. My favorites are from the YouTube channel Evolution. That narrator has a great voice, like just the most amazing calming voice. And so I listened to Florence's books through the YouTube channel, and several of these affirmations are inspired by Florence Scovel Shinn. So I need to make sure I say that. Number 4, I am an original idea in divine mind. My life shall result in a beautiful work of art that blesses many. Actually, that was what number was that? That was number 4. Number 5, I am always under direct and divine inspiration. I make right decisions quickly and ably. Number 6, I'm abundant in perfect love, perfect peace, perfect joy, perfect health, and perfect wealth. Number 7, I am abundant in able prosperity and able abundance. Each step I take and decisions I make are baptized as successful and financially profitable. Number 8, now is the appointed time for my, let me start over with that one. Now is the appointed time for what is mine by divine right to shine. Number 9, I shall experience and produce financial abundance for myself each time the sun's rays touch my skin. The infinite creator shall release the able magic hidden within. Number 10, creation is able to make my foundation stable. I walk confidently into my promised land under grace. Number 11, infinite spirit, give me a direct lead. Open the way for my infinite supply to meet my immediate needs. Number 12, I am unmoved about what I know to be untrue. I know I am able to achieve all the Creator says I can do. Number 13, this is one of my favorites. Large and small sums of cash come to me easily and quickly from expected and unexpected sources for the benefit of myself and the benefit of others. I shall not know lack. I shall only experience abundance. Number 14, I repel all energy and persons that are unable to see me as prosperous. I am surrounded by creation's able protection and safety. I shall enjoy how the infinite creator opens the way for me. I'm going to pause here on this one. I'm going to pause here. I I need to just give a warning about number 14, because once you repel the energy and persons around you that don't see you as prosperous, you need to prepare yourself for creation to remove those people from your life. And I can tell you firsthand that it can cause and provoke a painful life experience. However, you should see that as your words and creation and your subconscious mind working in tandem to give you exactly what you asked for. So after you speak this one, after you speak number 14 and you start to see people fall away, you start to see conflicts arise with people that are close to you, or doors close, opportunities close, or things just kind of you feel like you're trapped in. Just know that all the doors are being closed that are not going to see you as a prosperous individual, a prosperous spirit, a prosperous soul. I just have to give you that warning because I've also experienced that one, and it just kind of catches you off guard if you're unprepared for that warning. Number 15, I am free. No chains of oppression are binding me. Number 16, I know infinite spirit is never late. My able help shall come at the right time in the right way. Number 17, I cast all my burdens on the Creator within, and I go freely, happily, and joyfully into the life that is right for me. Number 18, I am blessed today in every able way. Divine order rests perfectly upon all my affairs. All that troubles me evaporates like mist into the air. Number 19, now is the appointed time of my amazing and able good fortune. Number 20, I transmute all bad karma within my life to good karma, all injustice into justice, all enemies into blessed allies, all unforgiveness into forgiveness, all sickness into perfect health, all lack into perfect wealth, and all resentment into love. The infinite Creator blesses the work of my hands. The Creator protects my peace. The Creator protects my peace, and the Creator blesses my plans. And here are a couple of bonus ones. And this number 21, this first bonus one, this is just because the law of karma is the law of karma is something else, right? And you really need to understand it. So just speak this over yourself because it'll help your subconscious mind keep you from provoking bad karma in your life. So this one goes, I know that when I curse or injure another, I also curse and injure myself. My mouth shall only release good prosperity and good wealth. All right. And this last one is, and so I've also learned, so this is the second bonus one. Sometimes I don't know what to do, right? Sometimes I have no clue as far as what I should do during the day, how I should handle a situation. However, when I find myself in those situations, I will always ask, what is the right thing to do? Infinite Creator, what is the right thing to do? So number 22 says, Infinite Creator, what is the most able way for me to spend my time today? All right. May these words now manifest under grace in perfect ways. Amen. So mote it be. Let me tell you something. I wrote these. What's today? Today is Monday. I probably wrote these three days ago, and I've already seen them work. And so that's why I'm inspired to write again. Not write again because I write every day. To do another podcast episode because I've just been asking, what is the right thing to teach? What is the right thing to say? What is the right thing to give to the audience, to the people who listen, to the people who follow? And affirmations, man. Affirmations. I just really believe in the power of the spoken word. So, and what I'm going to start doing here, I'm not going to have a lot of long episodes. I'm not going to have a lot of guests, but I will start releasing a lot of things that are really can only be found on my blog right now. Because once I became very intentional about my words, all of my poems, all of my blog entries have a purpose. And the purpose is to either bring something into my life or remove something from my life. So I want to share those poems, those blog entries with the world because they have done amazing things in my life. They have all come true. When I tell you that they have all come true, they have all come true with one exception. And that one actually is actually all have come true. I'm just gonna be honest. All have come true, and I'm happy to be able to share these with you. And there's gonna be a story that's aligned with a lot of these, and the effect of actually speaking these words and believing these words and affirming these words over myself has actually changed my life experience now for the better. One thing that I spoke over myself, what year is this? This is 2022. So around this time last year, I just kept having issues with money. I just kept having issues with money, and I was a lawyer. I used to practice law in the state of Texas, located in Houston. And I used to be a family attorney. I decided to stop practicing family law. I just really don't think the courts are well suited for the people who need them most, which are poor people. Because if you don't have money, you don't get the justice that you need, period, right? And so I just decided that I cannot be party to that any longer in good conscience. I couldn't sleep at night. Because I've just seen too much injustice in the courts, in the one place where you should receive justice, and it's primarily because you don't have money to litigate your case properly, right? And I just started to receive a lot of clients where I just could not tie the loose ends, or too many problems came with the money that caused personal problems within me and also my relationships with others. And I just decided that I didn't want any more money that was going to betray who I am. And I'll tell you what, when I say that almost immediately doors started closing, clients started drying up, financially profitable opportunities disappeared, it was almost overnight. And then it just progressively got worse. What seemed like it got worse because no doors were opening. I just could not find the right door. I couldn't find the right door. And once I figured out what it all meant, things began to change for me. But I have to say that I probably went through a year-long drought where making money felt almost impossible. It felt almost impossible for me to make and earn a living once I spoke over myself for the universe not to allow any money in my life that would ultimately betray me. And basically for the past year, I've only had what I needed. Basically for the past year, I had only had what I needed. I did not have extra. I had enough to make it to the next day. It was almost, you can almost think of it like when the Jewish people were freed from Egyptian captivity and all they had was manna. And then the manna was only good for the day. The next day it'd be rotten. You could only eat what you could for the day, and then after that. So you couldn't even save the manna, right? Because it would be no use to the Jews the day after, right? You had to eat it in the present day. And that's basically what my life experience had been like for the past year. Once I asked the universe to prevent any money from coming into my possession that was going to betray me. It's been a beautiful experience. It's been a life-changing experience. It's really guided me towards who I am. It's guiding me towards what my purpose is. It's guiding me towards the doors that I'm supposed to go through that are mine to go through by divine right. And so I'm not going to suggest anybody say that one over themselves unless you're ready for what comes with that. But I'm just going to tell you, once I spoke it, doors were sealed shut. You should just imagine like a metal door. Somebody took a blowtorch and sealed that joker, and like you just could not get through it. That was my life. And that was what it was like for me to earn money from around this time last year for about a year. And so and once I realized that affirmation was working, I just became much more intentional about the words that I spoke to try to break free of whatever it was that was going to betray me when it came to money. And creation is always faithful. The creator is always faithful to perform as you ask. And so now I believe I've realized what those issues are, because now I start to receive money in more able ways. I'll also tell you one affirmation that really changed that for me was the large and small sums of cash. The large and small sums of money affirmation. I forgot what number it was. I think it's number 14. That one started to change things around for me. So I actually advise you to speak that one over yourself often, because I'll tell you, I think I wrote it, and then the next day I got some unexpected money. It was a small amount, but it was less than 24 hours, maybe less than 24 to 48 hours after I wrote that affirmation and began speaking it very consciously over myself, money showed up. So I know these work. That's why I'm happy to give them. I miss you guys. I might release more episodes today, just because it's a nice day and I'm feeling energetic. I've really missed doing the podcast. The Mind of the Prophet Meditation Hour was one of my favorite things to do, until I was pulled into a different direction. And so I'm thankful for being able to do it again. I liken it to when Paul, if you guys are Christian, you guys realize this. I'm not Christian. I don't subscribe to any religion. I love the Creator. And the Creator and all of creation, there's just so much to learn that I cannot confine my belief in who God is to one religion. That's unfair to God. That's also unfair to me and my soul. But Paul says, and I can't remember what book it is in the New Testament, but he says that he was really trying to get somewhere, and the Holy Spirit was preventing him. And that's just how I felt about the podcast. I've been wanting to release episodes, and I just never felt moved, or I never felt like the door was open for me to do it. I just always felt like there was too much internal conflict for me to do a podcast episode, but that has been lifted. And guess who's back? It is Samuel Ibrahim, the host of the Mind of the Prophet Meditation Hour. I hope you guys have loved these. I'm going to include my blog link into the description. It's on WordPress. So if you guys go to mindoftheprophet.wordpress.com, I could just say it because I couldn't remember it. That's why I said I was going to include it in the podcast description. The website link is mindoftheprophet.wordpress.com, and you will see the 20 affirmations of prosperity and able good luck. I know these will bless you. Here's the last thing I'll say before I sign off. Affirmations work best, and this is in the blog entry. Okay. Affirmations work best when you feed them to yourself on a daily basis. You got to eat every day, right? You got to put food in your body every day. So you should also just think you need to feed your mind and your subconscious mind every day, as often as you need to, right? When somebody's working out, especially if you're trying to build muscle, right? You build muscle, you tear your muscles down. The best thing to do for your muscles is to feed them. That's how you heal them. That's how they grow. That's how you gain strength. You have to think of your subconscious mind in the same way. You are basically changing subconscious programming that you've had your entire life through affirmations and constant repetition of saying these things to yourself and feeding them to your subconscious. It can be painful. It could be an experience that you're not used to, but if you do it before you go to bed, okay, that's actually the best time to do it. The two best times to affirm. There are three good times to affirm words over yourself. The best time in my experience is right before you go to bed. Why? In your sleep, your subconscious mind operates unchecked, right? Unchecked. And you should imagine your subconscious mind as a painter like Da Vinci, eager to paint a beautiful masterpiece of your life. And the way that you allow Da Vinci to create this masterpiece in your subconscious mind is to affirm the words that you want to see manifest in your life before you go to bed. Let that be the last thing that you hear is your voice saying your affirmations over your life. And then your subconscious, in its beautiful, literal way of interpreting your words, will do the rest, shall do the rest for you in your sleep. And when you wake up, reaffirm again. Why do you want to do that? Because it reinforces whatever you started painting in your sleep the night before, and it guides your feet. It guides your eyes. It guides what you bring into your life. You're able to start noticing after repetition how your spoken words will start to pop up in your life. And the third time that you need to do it, you can't control what thoughts you have, right? There's just too many thoughts that float around the ether that your mind will attract to itself. Some people are really good at attracting positive things. Most of the world, unfortunately, right now, and I pray that this changes as soon as the Creator allows it to change at the right time. You can attract beautiful things to your consciousness, right? Beautiful thoughts, positive thoughts, noble thoughts can come to you as well, but that takes conditioning, that takes training. So when you're having negative thoughts or you find yourself in a negative moment, that's when you should affirm an affirmation over yourself that allows you to break through that moment, right? It's almost like a tennis match. You have to think of it like you have to be as powerful as Serena Williams is when she would deliver those shrieks and those amazing serves and volleys in the way that she was just an amazing athlete, is an amazing athlete. You have to send it back over the net. And you have to send it back over the net with the hope that it does not return back to you, right? You got to swat it violently out of your consciousness because you don't want negative thoughts bouncing around your mind. So the third best time to say affirmations over yourself, find one that you really like. Find one that really moves your spirit. Find one that you're comfortable with. Find one that you really believe, okay? One that you really believe, one that really settles your soul, and you say that over yourself to get you through moments of negative thinking. I hope this blessed you. It definitely blessed me. And I hope you guys have a great day. I am Samuel Ibrahim, the host of the Mind of the Prophet Meditation Hour, signing off. And you guys will hear from me again very soon with some of the great poetry that I wrote last fall. I'm excited to share this with you guys. And I think it's going to bless you. I absolutely know it shall bless you. And I pray for you. And I just pray wonderful, beautiful things for your life. And say these affirmations over yourself for 30 days. That's like putting a stamp on your subconscious to where now it's on autopilot. All right. And even before 30 days, I believe that you shall see the manifestation of your words prior to the 30 days. But 30 days of repetitious affirmation before you go to bed, when you wake up, and as needed, stamps the subconscious mind just like you got a tattoo. All right. It becomes permanent and it becomes natural to where now you're not having to affirm yourself through a tough situation. You start to see tough situations dissolve into nothing. They disappear. All right. I love you guys. You guys have a great day. Samuel Ibrahim out.